Let's move on to these Vikings, and I find them difficult to predict, and I guess it's just due to the strength of this division and maybe the parity on top of this division. Vikings win total 9.5. The under is juiced to minus 145. Division plus 210. Conference plus 1,200. Super Bowl plus 2,800. Dalvin Cook most rushing yards 20-1. First round pick Garrett Bradbury will help everyone on offense. Protect. Kyle Rudolph got his extension. Kirk Cousins needs to be better. Dalvin Cook, a beast running the ball. Stefon Diggs and Adam Thielen are very good. Now, can Everson Griffin revert to that 2017 form? When you're dealing with mental health issues, you just don't know. You just don't know what's going to happen. Xavier Rhodes is an excellent corner. Is this defense getting worse? What's going to happen with these Minnesota Vikings? Donnie Rightside.
Yeah, you know what? When we take a look at a couple things on the Vikings here, because I'm a little bit higher than most people are, and I like to look at the prices that you're going to get. You're going to get a little bit more than what? 2-1 to win the NFC North. I like that. Super Bowl 25-1, NFC 12-1, because I think this team, you know, and it's kind of interesting the way you put it, because the quarterback Kirk Cousins, we know can put up stats. We saw him in Washington, but Donnie, he didn't win anything. And then you see him come over. He's the last missing key ingredient to a Super Bowl run for the Vikings that they didn't have, and he didn't play very well, getting a lot of money. The thing I like about that is you take a step back in the offseason, and he's not one of those moping guys who say, oh, you know, you get on him. Like you see a Cam Newton. You ever watch a Cam Newton game with the Carolina Panthers, throws an interception, head goes down, and he says, you know what, I don't even care what happens the rest of this game. At least I know Kirk Cousins is going to get an honest effort from. But I like what they have on offense. A little bit underwhelming on the offensive line, but they have everything you need at wide receiver, decent tight end. And the one thing I like the most here is they went out and got a running back, a durable running back out of Boise State that can spell the load for Cook, because when you look, the kid is so talented, but you got to be on the field, and he's such a playmaker. The easiest routes in football to keep up with and break games open are what? Screen passes, dumps out into the flat. He's sensational on that. So load management that we talk about Kawhi Leonard, the NBA, load management on Cook is going to be so critical and so key next year. I think this team has the ability to make a jump up because the defense, as we said, number 2 overall last year in the NFC. They're going to come back. Very good head coach who obviously is defensive-minded. And the one thing that we're missing out also is, boy, they had some, I don't even want, you know, fire and ice, oil and water. The head football coach hates the offensive coordinator. He's finally removed. So maybe you get some calming and you get some peace back there where Kirk Cousins can get after it. I think this team has the most upside. I like the price that they're getting. Now, if we're talking about the minus 110, you know, plus 110 to win the NFC North, maybe not so much. But I think they're getting a good price here. I think they can hit their team total. I think as a long shot on the Super Bowl, if I think Kirk Cousins can improve just enough, that's a sleeper team to win the NFC here. I'm really high on the Vikings to win this division, Jimmy.
Wow, that is an exciting take. Whale Capper, do you feel what Donnie feels on these Vikings?
Donnie and I have agreed a lot on these previews to this point, and I think it's because we're both smart football guys. But we don't agree on this one. I don't think I see more red flags and more problems, and it starts with the head coach here and his overall philosophy and kind of the fit with how he wants to conduct this team, how he wants to, you know, what he wants the team's identity to be, you know, formed around. Doesn't really jive with how his roster is constructed. It doesn't really jive with how you win football in 2019. He's got 2 of the most outstanding weapons in the passing game in Diggs and Thielen. He's got a quarterback in Kirk Cousins that they are backing up a Brinks truck to pay. This, you have got to lean on those guys on offense. You cannot, you know, force out an offensive coordinator, bring in a guy and dictate, you will establish the run. That's not how you win football in 2019. Like they are going to have loads of games where you go in thinking, oh, well, they're playing this weak defense. They should put up 25, 30 points this week. And they come out and score 21. And you're just going to be scratching your head like, what is going on here? Like the philosophy, the approach, everything that Zimmer is bringing to the table here for the Vikings screams red flags to me as far as being competitive in 2019. And you combine that with the fact that I'm not really sold that Kirk Cousins is a quarterback that deserves to get paid the way he is, that because they are giving him so much money, they're a little bit thin at a lot of their, a lot of places around the field. So you get an injury on your offensive line. Next thing you know, same old Vikings. Can't protect the quarterback. Kirk Cousins' efficiency plummets. Kirk Cousins needs a clean pocket. Absolutely. He's got phenomenal weapons to throw to, but you can't expect him to get it done if Khalil Mack is breathing down his neck 6 sacks a game. And so, there are a lot of things that are obviously in place for the Vikings to succeed. Talent on defense, talent in the receiving core, but fundamentally, if I was to put a three-way market together and I was going to line Vikings fail to make the playoffs, Zimmer is fired, Vikings win 10 games, or the Vikings are, NFC title winners, to me, the most likely category is they fail to make the playoffs and Zimmer is gone after this year. They need a fresh face in there. They need a guy who's not, so focused on the defensive side of the ball, who's gonna dictate how the offense does things. This is just a recipe for this to go south. And I'm hopeful that I'm wrong, because I like Zimmer. He seems like a great guy, and I would like to. I know a lot of Vikings fans that I would like them to have a successful and happy season, but there's just too many red flags for me to be buying Vikings at this time.
Very interesting take on those Vikes. So excited. This is a very exciting division.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.